Hey guys, it's Mitch,
And Chris.
and we've got the new video on the Smite patch notes and God release of Freya.
Yay!
Party!
Okay, anyway, patch notes first, yeah?
Yeah,
So, first of all, we have three new skins. One is for Freya, Northern Lights, as you can see right here. Guan Yu, Unstoppable Blade, right there. And Ymir, Digimir, 9000.
over
I
9,000.
wonder if that was a play on that. I wonder if they meant to do that.
I can imagine so.
Yeah. Anyway.
As for the general features, God abilities no longer detect enemy wards.
Gay! Sorry.
Key bindings now save properly when configured during a match. And your goodwill percentage is now visible in the bottom left corner. So
What
I,
is
ima-
goodwill?
I
Exactly.
imagine that'd be leaving a game, like
Yeah,
early leaving
okay.
or possibly intentional feeding,
So
if
when
they get it.
someone reports you, pretty much.
I would imagine so.
Okay, that makes sense because I mean in the past, like I've been like, what does reporting really do? I mean, I get the whole banning people, but I never really have felt that it really does anything.
Yeah.
But with this way, I guess, ruin their rep. Can't walk the streets and okay, that didn't make any sense. Just to the next one.
The Minotaur now walks through player deployed walls, and they are looking at making him one shot anyone that tries to wall block him.
Was what? One
Yeah.
shot. What does that mean?
So
Oh wait, so
in the
oh,
future,
so if you he'll fuck you up.
yeah, in the
Oh,
future he will like just
just
reign
just fuck
supremacy all over you.
all of okay. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. Fuck you, Thor, and fuck you, Ymir. Pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Okay, that's cool. And as for HUD, they added a new thing where if you say you have level 2 of boots and you have enough money to upgrade the next one, it'll start flashing and tell you that you can buy it, which I like because
That's actually pretty useful.
that is pretty. I like it.
It lets you know when to recall without having to semi AFK and look in the shop.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm like, I'll look down, it's like 3,000 gold. Oh, okay, that's just I'll just recall. Sweet.
They've introduced two new abilities. The first is structural invulnerability. Using this item makes all allied structures invulnerable for 6 seconds. This item shares a team-wide cooldown of 5 minutes and is usable when dead.
Okay, so does that mean towers and phoenixes?
I would imagine so, but if that's the case, would it then be usable on the Minotaur?
Is he a structure?
I don't know. Would he
Okay,
be? He's counted as.
there's a little food for thought there for you.
Hmm.
Yes.
It doesn't specify actually.
Yeah. What does it mean by team-wide cooldown?
Well, it doesn't say, but I would imagine that if one person has it and uses it, then it goes on cooldown for any other person that also has the
Oh,
ability.
that makes a lot of sense. That is cool. I
So essentially, you'd only want one person on your team to have this ability,
pretty
or it's a
much.
waste since it's
Yeah.
usable when dead.
Especially, yeah, especially because it's usable when dead. That's pretty cool. So if someone's like, yeah, cool.
And the second is intensify defenses. Using this item gives the structure within the radius increased attack speed and damage, while also forcing the structure to target enemy gods for 6 seconds.
That is cool. So that does.
Um,
It's a buff for
it's a buff
structures.
for, I guess,
Yeah.
towers and, I don't know, Phoenix, possibly Minotaur. Again, it doesn't
That's
specify.
no, that's really cool actually.
Um, and it doesn't have a cooldown, so I'm guessing it'll be the standard, is it 210 seconds for abilities?
I would assume so.
Um, increased attack speed and damage, forcing it to attack enemy gods. So combining that with a stun move within a tower will
Yeah.
be pretty.
Yeah. Especially when the minions are actually in the tower.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's good. Okay, and now on to gods.
Buffs and nerfs for the patch.
Woo!
Ares can no longer bolster defenses against the Minotaur, like buff the Minotaur. So the Minotaur cannot increase his defense anymore.
Okay, that's cool. I don't. Okay, that's good. That's good.
Cupid's Heart Bomb no longer slows its target.
Oh, one thing I did see you miss. Sorry. The shackles. I actually like this. Cause before with the chains, if you got someone with if you got a gold with your chains, the shackles move. If you did it again, it would consume mana,
Ah,
and now it doesn't. So if say you hit someone with a gourd with the shackles, and then you hit him again, or if you hit someone else, it won't consume mana over and over again.
that's actually very good because I've noticed as Ares, you lose mana very quickly triple chaining someone
Yeah,
or multiple targets.
yeah, and it's not really worth it because of the mana, but now it would be.
That's true. That's actually a very good fix.
Hmm.
And essentially, that's a pretty good buff for
Yes,
Ares.
yes, it is.
Hell's Cleanse now properly protects from knockbacks.
What is the
So,
cleanse exactly?
when Hell gets her ultimate, she turns into the light form. I guess I don't know
Yeah, the
what
healing
it's called.
form.
The healing form. Her number two turns into Cleanse. So it stops movement reduction effects. It stops like CC against
Hmm.
her and anyone she casts it on that's an ally. Um, and now apparently it protects from knockbacks.
Cool.
So that's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Sun Wukong's Furious Monkey. The range of the bounces for rank 1 of this ability has been increased. So the monkey's bounce range
Okay,
on rank
that's
1 is
yeah.
increased.
That's really good because I find the when playing Sunward, I find the Furious Monkey really important early game because they just do so much damage, especially to the less tanky people. If you can hit one of them, it'll just bounce between them, and it's just really good early game.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's definitely a lifesaver if you
Yes,
lane with Sun Wukong as well.
yes, yes, it is. Well, that covers the patches. And we will move on to some Freya business.
Yeah, boy.
Business. That was
Snass.
uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna cut that one. I'm gonna pay for that one. Okay, so we are here in a joust match with Freya and Ares. Mitch is my lovely assistant. Yeah, he is
My
playing
little
Ares.
contribution.
Yeah. He has built fairly magical protection because we are trying to go for a realistic game because if you are versing a Freya, you're going to build fucking magical protection because it's fucking Freya. Fuck. Anyway, so her her passive converts 20% of her magical power to physical power. Her first skill, Irradiate, gives a buff for 5 seconds that gives your basic attack some more power, some more magical power. I just did it. So that's with polynomial. So it does 84 and 87 together, and her normal attack does 87. So it just doubles pretty much.
In 2 hits, you almost took me down a quarter of health.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so run away. So her second move is called Pulse, and it lasts for 5 seconds, and it turns your attacks into range attacks, fucking Zelda style. And I don't know if you've ever played Zelda, Mitch, but when you have full health, you can like shoot fucking rockets.
Actually, I haven't played Zelda since Nintendo 64.
Which one do you remember?
I think it would have been Ocarina of Time.
Oh, that is my man. Yeah, anyway, so it deals a bit of damage. Let's see how much. Right, 87. Buddy, get the fucking. And it does 54 to blah blah. And it does 25% slows. So it's good. You want to use it when they are running away from you, pretty much.
And just so you guys know, my movement speed is 417, and when Chris uses that, it drops me to 283.
I do also have Gem of Isolation on. I'll talk about the build later after I finish talking about the skills. But Gem of Isolation adds an extra 20% slow when you use a ability. So I'm doing pretty much 50%, 45%, but yeah. Anyway, so her third one is like the best skill she has, and it banishes them. It's just a crowd control move. It just holds them up in the air for 3 seconds. It's really good for getting away and blah 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 blah. And her fourth ulti is fuck. Let's just show you then. She goes up in the air and she fucks shit up like this. Okay, one more thing. Irradiate and the move Pulse don't really go together. Because if you, as it says here, if you have the Irradiate buff on, and you put on Pulse, your attack will be like halved, and it just does not do as much. And same goes for Pulse, and you don't slow if you have them both on. So run away from me. That would just be my Gem of Isolation there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Basic slow.
Yeah. Anyway, as for the build, as for build, this is what I would build. Not normally in this order. I kind of just bought them randomly because this is a joust match. But pretty much straight out magical power because of her passive, obviously. So first I went with the Magi and then Polynomicon. That's probably the most important item you can buy because it gives you 100% of your magical power if you use your ability and then hit them. See if I use this one. So it hit him for 250. I think your magical protection would have a role with why that was hitting a bit lower.
Currently sitting on 203 magical protection.
Yeah. So because normally in a game you're gonna start hitting them or something, and you get a fair boost from that, and then you move to another move, and so you get a lot, and then just fuck them up, and then ulti the shit out of their faces. Next, Warlock Sash because of the obvious health, mana, and magical power. Like I said, you want to do very high magical power for the Polynomicon and the passive. Like that's why Polynomicon is so important as well. Gem of Isolation because of mana, health, and the power, and it gives you 20% slows. I like this because I don't know, just it gives you slows on your buff here as well, which it's pretty annoying when you're trying to attack someone and they're just running away and they're just gonna get away. Obviously, your pulse move has has slows already, but what's 50% slows? I mean, really, that's just a lot. Fatalis is pretty important as well. Gives you the movement speed and the attack speed for your Irradiate. Irradiate is kind of annoying without the Fatalis, to be honest, and that's why the slows are really good with it as well. And then Ratatouille because, well, it's just fucking like how much, like 200